Hey guys, welcome back. So in the last episode, for a little recap, Zelda sent us here to get the 3 spiritual stones. We are looking for the second one now. We already have the forest one. Got that from the Great Deku Tree. She was telling us about how she had a nightmare that Ganondorf is evil, and it's also the same guy that is from Link's nightmares, so Link was pretty quick to believe her, I guess. He blocked off the Dodongo's Cavern, which is the Goron's source of food, so we're just here to help them so that they... Well, we're only here to help them because we want their spiritual stone. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't care. Apparently. I actually finally remembered to switch off the hold targeting, or no, switch targeting. I hate the switch targeting. I'd much rather have it as hold targeting, so that will hopefully be helpful in combat, because that was actually messing me up a little bit before. So normally you need bombs to open these, but these guys explode, so we can just use them instead. Those are actually baby Dodongos. They look nothing like Dodongos, but that is what they are. Also, I didn't listen to the guard at that was blocking the gate for Death Mountain. He was telling me I should get a steel Hylian shield because there's a lot of enemies here that can melt your shield if you have a wooden shield, which hopefully that does not happen, because a shield is pretty convenient in this game. Not having one kind of sucks. You don't just use it for blocking, you use it for all sorts of things, really. It lets you pick up and drop pots faster. Rather than throwing them, you can just drop them with a shield. That option is not possible without a shield. You can also crouch stab, which is super nice. It's actually a glitch related to crouch stabbing, but that I'm totally abusing, but I mean, it doesn't really affect anything, so I'm gonna keep using it. I think these are Lizalfos? Yeah. They just hop around and take turns fighting you. They won't fight you at the same time. I think this is the only dungeon that these enemies behave like this. Every other dungeon after this, they fight you multiple at a time, so I guess they had to like separately program the enemies just in this room. Oh, I don't have a map. I don't know which way I came in. Hopefully this is the right way. Yeah, okay, this is the right way. I don't have any way of blowing this one up because there's no baby Dodongos here. Oh wait, never mind. I could just use this to blow it up, since Darunia gave us the Goron bracelet, which lets us pick up bomb flowers. There's actually a few things that I will not be able to get on my first go through this dungeon. Wow, that's pretty lame, but I guess I'll take it. I'll have to come back here with a few extra items later on to get all of the things that this dungeon has to offer for 100%ing. But yeah, this is one of the most important items you get. Out of every dungeon, this dungeon probably gives you the most important item throughout the entire game. Just has the most uses out of any item. So it's nice that you start off with something so good so early on. I'm actually taking a break this week from opening Pokemon cards. Not because I'm tired of it, not at all, but I decided I should probably like get a pretty decent webcam or something so that I can actually do what most YouTubers do and have 2 cameras going, one on the cards and one on me and my background and everything. So I just wanted to wait until I actually got access to a good webcam before I continued, which I already have one on the way, so I'll have it by next week or so, which is why I'm just taking this week off. decided I could use that time to start up the gameplay part of this channel. I don't even know how well it's going to go, because, I mean, this is the third video, but at the time of recording, of course, I haven't even uploaded a single one of these, so maybe this will get like 3 views, and I'll be like, oh, well, not much of a point in doing that. But either way, because of how long it takes me to start uploading these, I'll probably have like 10 or 15. So at the very least, this game is getting finished for sure, no matter how few views these get. Oh. Oh, I didn't even know that they actually made you kill this enemy. I thought you could just walk out. Don't really need Zelda's letter equipped. I thought it got rid of it after you gave it to the guard. I guess not. But yeah, I should probably try and come up with an idea for a second game to play after this, because, I mean, I don't want to beat this game and be like, oh man, I need to play something else. I need to think of something real quick, and then I make a decision that I regret later on or something. I'm like, ah, that was a lame game to pick. I should probably do something Pokemon just to fit with the theme of the channel. I don't think I'd want to do Zelda and then another Zelda, so I do actually want to play more Zelda games, but I think multiple Zeldas in a row is probably not a good idea. I mean, the only game I've really thought of Pokemon so far would be like Pokemon Snap, but I'm not too sure how interested people would be in that. Oh, whoops. Okay, I really don't want to get hit by these enemies. I should probably just kill this enemy, yeah. It'll burn my shield. That would be very bad. You can just backflip up on top of this, but I'm apparently really bad at it. Okay, there we go. I was trying to save time by backflipping up on top of it, and I ended up losing time. I should have just pushed it out of the way. When do you get the map? This feels really late for a map in a dungeon. Maps are usually the first main thing you get in any dungeon. Ah, I thought I was gonna dodge it. Well, the shield isn't mandatory in any way, but that does suck. So there's like spike traps in here that she's warning us about. But these spike traps honestly do so little damage, it really doesn't even hurt to just walk right through them, but I guess I won't do that. Out of all the Zelda games, I'm trying to think which one I think is the easiest. I mean, personally, it would definitely be this one, just because I've played this so many more times than any other Zelda game. But as far as like casually, maybe like Wind Waker is the easiest. I don't quite remember. I actually haven't played Wind Waker all that many times compared to most of the other Zelda games. I've played it more than Skyward Sword. I've only played Skyward Sword one single time. And I don't know if I really can play it while recording, because, I mean, that's like fully motion controls, so I feel like I'd have a really hard time like recording voice and video and using motion controls. I don't know. Like, I can't sit down while I'm playing. Well, this takes a little bit longer than I'd like it to. Okay, there we go. Wasn't sure if I could make that jump or not, but I wanted to see if I could skip the ladder. This is actually possible to do without... You're supposed to hit this eye up here, but you can actually get around this. It's really difficult, and I'm probably going to waste everyone's time, though, so I won't do that. But I have done it in the past, and it is not fun. It takes multiple tries, and you are basically guaranteed to lose your shield doing that if you have the Deku shield and no other shield to swap to avoid the fire burning it. And there's actually a room just like that, but you have to do 2 in a row, so that one like, guarantees you're going to lose your shield. So yeah, this fight's going to be a little bit more annoying. Every fight would be without a shield, just because the crouch stabbing thing is so useful. The jump slashes in this game do double damage, and regular slashes only do one, so double jump, or I mean, jump slash does two. So it takes twice as long without being able to crouch stab, because crouch stabbing is kind of glitched in this game, and they didn't program it properly, so whatever your last attack was, the crouch stab just takes that property. So if it's a jump slash, a crouch stab is going to count as a jump slash in terms of damage every time. So that's why it's so useful. Just that alone makes the shield super useful, because it just basically speeds up combat by 2 times. But then there's a bunch of other little things, and I guess the shield is really only useful for glitches, and that's about it. Without glitches, there's really not that much of a need for a shield. So maybe I should just not care about the shield, because that will force me to do less glitches. So we get a bomb bag here. Like I was saying, this is probably the most useful item in the entire game. And you get it in the second dungeon, which is fantastic. Now we can blow up any rubble-looking walls we see along the way without needing a bomb flower or a dead baby Dodongo's body. Since they explode on death, apparently. Oh, this part's actually a little bit faster if you have a shield, too. But oh, man. You can drop bombs in midair. You can just jump, shield, and then whatever Link's holding, he'll drop. So that speeds it up just a little bit. Plus, it looks really cool. So that's the main reason for doing it, really. But yeah, you have to blow out the... Oh, cool. I had no idea what was in there. I was just like, I know there's a treasure chest back here. I better get it. So yeah, you can just drop the bomb like that. Well, that was convenient. Very glad to have a shield back, but there are still more fire enemies in here, so I do still need to be careful, or else I'll lose a second shield. Yeah, they're in here, in this room right here, and they always get you while you're trying to climb. There's a second one, but I don't think it's close enough to target me. And there's even more in this room, so they really like these fire bats in here. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Yeah, fell down there and was like, no, Link. There's so much lag in pulling yourself back up. Okay, so you can see, I just saw it shadow. Oh no! Well, you know, that would not have happened if I had the switch targeting on, which, you know, I've been complaining about it this whole time. And then when I finally get rid of it, I immediately wish that I had it again. That's too bad. You know, I don't know. I kind of feel like that only happened because I got used to the switch targeting in the last couple of videos, and now that I switched, it threw me off again. Oh well. There's plenty of shields in this game, and I am actually running a little bit low on health, but there is a fairy right here. I can take one more hit, so it doesn't matter even if the other bat hits me. Fairies like to avoid you, though. Like that. I do have other ways of healing, and I don't think the boss is going to hit me at all, but then again, I seem to be playing very badly while talking. I seem to play very badly while talking, so maybe I will get hit a few times by the boss in this dungeon. Apparently I missed the map because I seem to have the compass because it's showing the boss's skull down there, but Okay, my controller randomly stopped working. That was weird. Nobody's probably going to believe me on that, but yeah, my controller just uh-oh. Okay, yeah, if you see Link randomly let go of the block, that means my controller just randomly stopped working all of a sudden. That is very strange. I've never had that happen before. Well, the older a game gets, the more likely it is to be dysfunctional like that. And unfortunately, this is a very, very old game. I think this is bombs, because I think they want to make sure that you have bombs to open the boss door. Yep, okay, I remember that right. And the boss is something big. Boy, it really builds the suspense. Okay, it's a giant Dodongo. So baby Dodongos and then regular sized ones, and then you have King Dodongo. So Deku Sticks actually deal double damage, so I guess I'm going to use these. I think you can actually kill him in 2 hits if you use Deku Sticks rather than the Kokiri Sword. The bomb flowers take a lot longer to blow up than your own bombs do. Like, probably twice as long. So, yeah, that was quite a bit faster than Queen Goma, the first boss, but I could have finished Queen Goma about that fast probably if I had used glitches. I didn't use any glitches here though. That is glitchless, just using the best equipment you have. That's all I did there. King Dodongo is probably the fastest boss in the game. Glitchless, I guess? I mean, he's not even that far off if you include glitches, because, yeah, Queen Goma probably would practically tie King Dodongo. So, that's the second dungeon done. I feel like that took less time than the Deku Tree did. Sure was easy for us. I wonder why the Gorons didn't do it themselves. So I'm assuming he's here to give us the second spiritual stone. It's me, Darunia. Well done. Thanks to you, we can once again eat the delicious rocks from the Dodongo's cavern until our stomachs burst. What a wild adventure. It will make an incredible story. I can't believe that the Dodongos suddenly appeared in such great numbers. There's only like 4 of them. I guess unless he's counting the babies, there was a bunch of those. And that big rock blocking the cave. All this trouble must have been caused by that Gerudo thief, Ganondorf. He said, "Give me the spiritual stone. Only then will I open the cave for you. You, on the other hand, risked your life for us. Kid, I like you. How's about you and I become sworn brothers? No, there's no big ceremony involved. Just take this as a token of our friendship." I think this is the least buff version of the Gorons is in this game. This game just makes them all look super round and fat, and then it feels like every game afterwards, I guess except Wind Waker, makes them look super jacked. Wind Waker, there's really only 1 or 2 Gorons in the entire game, though, in the trading side quest. This is the spiritual stone of fire passed down by the Gorons, the Goron Ruby. You don't know what he means by sworn brothers, but you've collected 2 spiritual stones. That's all that matters. Brother, you'll keep brushing up on your skills as you travel, won't you? You should go see the great fairy on top of Death Mountain. She will power you up. Hey, everybody, let's see off our brother. I actually forgot about the fairy, so I'm glad that he said that, because I would have skipped right over that. You did great. How about a big Goron hug, brother? Poor Link. Hopefully my controller doesn't do that again, because that just made me look like I was really bad at the game. What does this say? Death Mountain Trail. So we're going to climb the mountain to get to the Great Fairy. Hopefully I get another shield along the way. I remember that one of the Deku Scrubs in Death Mountain, or no, not Death Mountain, Dodongo's Cavern was offering a shield, I think for like 50 rupees, so I'll probably go back and get that shield before I head off to the next location. I don't think anyone's told us where to go yet. Also, I don't think it's possible to defend against these unless you have the Hylian shield. Maybe that's the real reason that the guard tells you to get it. I could be wrong, but maybe you're supposed to like walk backwards and then they won't, the like falling meteors won't land directly on top of you. I don't have time for that though. So I'll just run through and tank the damage. Link's a strong kid. He can eat up those hits to the forehead. Oh, there's the owl again, but I don't think he forces you to talk to him this time. Also, I think we want to pick this up and get these bugs. You actually need these for side quests too. I guess I'll talk to the owl after to see what he wants. I'm pretty sure he's just there to transport you. I don't think he has anything important to say. Maybe he does. Maybe he'll let me know where to go next. I mean, I already know, but I just like to make sure that this game properly gives you the information needed to do these things, because if it doesn't, that's kind of bad game design, and I'm curious to see if the game has covered for itself or not. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Power. I'm going to grant you a sword technique. Receive it now. It's not really so much a sword technique. It's more like, that's probably what you use it the absolute least for, really. Also, if you haven't ever played this game, then I guess this is your first time seeing the Great Fairy, and you're probably just as traumatized as everyone else was. So we can use the spin attack now, but, I mean, you never really do it the way that it tells you to. Yeah, okay. Or just rotate once. Yeah, nobody ever holds B to charge it up. All you do is just rotate the stick and you can spam it, and you don't even need magic for that. Magic is mostly used for items, very little for the sword. Next time you're in their neighborhood, you should drop in on a friend of mine who lives by Hyrule Castle. She'll surely grant you another new power. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. Okay, yeah, I kind of forgot about that too. I need to go see the Great Fairy that is next to Hyrule Castle. When we were trying to sneak in to Hyrule Castle to meet Zelda, we also had something else there. That there was another path that led to a Great Fairy, but we couldn't access it yet. Now, with bombs, we can. So this is actually Death Mountain. I guess Dodongo's Cavern is more like underneath Death Mountain. And this is actually inside the volcano, which we can't survive in here for very long because of how hot it is, so luckily we don't need to be here for very long. And anytime you go through any loading zone whatsoever, your timer completely resets. So you just go in this hole, you get your time back. Oh, okay, bombs. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what's in any of these grottos. I just don't remember. There's so many of them in this game. There's also a Deku Scrub down here. And I have no idea what he gives us either. Oh, more bombs? Really? Yeah, no, I don't want that. Can't even hold any more bombs. Their prices just seem terrible, really. There's one more thing to get before we go. I should have enough time. It is a heart piece. So I might not actually have enough time to get back up, so I'm just going to jump in the lava. Because that doesn't kill you, it just brings you back to the start. Okay, so is he going to tell me where to go? Can I even talk to him? There we go. Well, it looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. But you still don't really look like the hero who will save Hyrule, at least not yet. If you are going back down the mountain, I can lend you a wing. Come here and grab my talons and hold on tight. I don't think I actually want to do that. I think I actually want to go back myself. So this is like the first thing you jump off of that's actually too high. No, these are like heat-seeking missiles. Even if you walk backwards, they still go for you. But yeah, anyway, crap, what was I saying? I want to go back down because there's a few things I want to do along the way here. I wonder, I don't remember if that Goron actually does damage to you or not. If he does, I wonder if he can actually kill you. Killed by one of the Gorons that are supposed to be your friends that you saved. So I could just drink milk right now to heal, but these rocks are like full heals right here. Each and every one has 3 hearts in them. Oh, I need another one? There we go. Yeah, the only reason I'm so careless with taking damage is just because I know where I can heal very easily at all times. And I've also got a bottle of milk, which will fully heal me as well, twice. So I'm super reckless and don't care if I take damage, really. But yeah, I mean, most of that damage I just took was all from the falling rocks, which apparently are completely unavoidable without the shield. So, not really anything I could have done there anyway. I guess I could have had the owl take me back, and then I just came up the mountain rather than going down the mountain, and that way I could have avoided that section. I don't think that would have been as fast, though. Oh, the map is right there. Wow. So that's where I missed it. Yeah, this treasure chest right here is the map, but I mean, I already completed the dungeon, so what use do I have for the map now? Yeah, okay, he gives me a shield. It's a little bit of a rip-off because these are normally only 40 in shops, but oh well. I buy mystery boxes of Pokemon stuff all the time, so I'm used to getting ripped off. No, actually, that was my initial experience with mystery boxes. I was getting ripped off pretty frequently, but the more I do it, the less ripped off I've been feeling lately. It seems like a lot of them have actually been doing pretty decently, so that was just kind of a joke. That wasn't really to be taken too seriously. So I guess this guy is actually out during the daytime because he's inside of a cave. So he's like, oh, okay, I can survive in here because the cave, this hole in the wall that I just created, before it was a hole in the wall, offered him darkness. So I still don't think I've really gotten an answer for what I should be doing next from any of the NPCs. I was told to go to the Great Fairy right next to Hyrule Castle, so we'll do that and see if maybe the Great Fairy will tell me exactly where to go next. Wow, Link looks really... Look at his face from far away. Like, it's just much less detail. I never noticed that. Weird. Well, anyway. The Great Fairy in Hyrule Castle is not too far away. Won't take too long to get there. And luckily it's daytime out, so the castle town will still be open. Oh, you know what? I did have a couple more things to do in Kakariko. I actually should have done those. Oh well. I'll be passing by Kakariko again in a little while, so it's no big deal. I'll get some more rupees too. This is probably like the best way to get rupees as a kid in this game. Oh, I missed the second one. Usually you get 2 if you jump right. And I think... I mean, I should get a discount from this guy for the shield. It's normally 80. I don't know if he'll let me. No, like, he only charges like 65 or something if the guard tells you about the discount, but apparently you still need 80, and then he'll just take less from you, so that's unfortunate. I can't afford it. But that shield's not too useful at the moment anyway. It'll be useful much later on, but for now it's pretty useless other than in the Death Mountain area, which we won't be going back to anytime soon. I wonder if Ganondorf is also the one who put a rock here blocking off the Great Fairy, because that seems awfully random. Apparently only children are allowed to visit the Great Fairy because no normal-sized person would be able to fit through that hole. Okay, let's see if she gives us directions on where to go. And if she doesn't, I don't really know where to ask around. Maybe the game just expects you to explore after that. Well, she looks exactly the same, but we still get a disturbing close-up of her anyway. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. I don't think this is required for a very, very long time from now, but it's better to get it now than to forget about it and then get stuck later on. Din's Fire. It's actually a pretty strong attack, but it's got this really long animation that is just kind of obnoxious to use, so I doubt I'll really be using it to attack any enemies ever. Maybe I'll do it once or twice just to show it off. But for the most part, it's just used as a progression tool. So this is actually how you're supposed to get out of here. Didn't get to show this last time because Impa just teleports us out. So, yeah, she did not give us any instructions on where to go. Oh, wait. I can't leave. Oh, man. I have to wait for daytime to leave. It just became nighttime, didn't it? Oh, my gosh. Well, honestly, I'll probably just cut to when it's daytime because this is a long wait. So, while waiting, I heard Navi yelling at me, so let's see if she actually tells us where to go. I wonder if Saria knows anything about the other spiritual stone. Okay. I guess that's a hint. Actually, completely forgot everything she said because I think I only really talked to her on my first ever playthrough of this game. I do want to know what she says. Link, this is Saria. Can you hear me? Are you collecting spiritual stones? You have one more to find? You mean the spiritual stone of water, don't you? The great Deku Tree once told me that King Zora, ruler of Zora's domain, has it. Okay, well, yeah, that basically tells you where to go, but if you don't know where Zora's domain is, then I guess it just at least lets you know to search for it. I'm gonna check to see if it actually shows it on the map or not once I get out of here. I guess she's kind of like your cheat hint. If you are out of ideas, then you just contact her and she'll tell you. I mean, that doesn't really help much. I guess it tells you it's in the top right of the map. I guess in that sense it does help. So, yeah, it is in the top right of the map, but I'm thinking it's a little too early for me to go there because I'm probably going to end the video as I'm entering the dungeon again like last time. So I'm going to go do a couple of side things before, like side quests before I go straight to the dungeon. So this is Hyrule's big empty field. It's kind of sad how empty it is, but I mean, you can't really blame the developers because just making a field of this size was already probably taxing enough on the system, and then adding a whole bunch of stuff to interact with along the way would have been just, it would have destroyed the game, really. But yeah, they could have just made the world smaller so that you don't have all this wandering in nothingness. At least this enemy here makes it a little bit interesting. Oh, and then there's the owl. Link, wait up, buddy. Hoo-hoo. Head south from here to reach Lake Hylia's, full of rich waters. If you go west, you'll find Gerudo Valley. There's a hideout of a gang of thieves on the other side of the valley. Well, you're free to go anywhere you want. Ho 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 hoo! No. No matter how hard it is, just don't get discouraged. Ho ho ho! I do not remember him making all those very strange hoot sounds. But yeah, that enemy over there. Oh, I was hoping I could walk backwards and you'd be able to see him, so it would give me an excuse to walk backwards, but you can't. Yeah, he sends a whole bunch of little, like, miniature versions of himself after you, and they actually do a lot of damage to you, so I think those things have killed me in the past. So here we are at Gerudo Valley. People really like this place for the music, but I can't even hear the music. This is one of those tracks that like gets your video copyright claimed and removed from YouTube. So I better make sure to talk as much as possible over this. So I haven't gotten to show this off yet. With the Cuckoos, you can actually jump off of ledges. Well, before I demonstrate that, what does this say? No diving allowed. It won't do you any good. Okay, so yeah, let me talk to this person as well, and then I'll jump off with a Cuckoo. The Gerudos Fortress is located beyond this gate. A kid like you has no business there. Okay, well. So, that's where we're jumping down. Wow. Oh, hey, the music's gone, so that means I don't have to talk as much. There's another gold Skulltula, but we cannot get it yet. But yeah, anyway. If you jump off of any ledge with a Cuckoo, you can basically hover down. But, I mean, jumping into water from any height in this game, you're completely safe. Even though, realistically, you'd probably break all your bones from that height. Oh, no! I was mashing B to get through the text, and now I'm not going to be able to. Okay. Hang on. This will be the one time I use glitches, but I probably can't even do it because I'm really bad at. Nope, I messed it up. I was trying to do a glitch that lets you jump really far, so I could have made it over to that little platform down there, but I messed it up. I'm no good at that glitch anyway. That's actually been really hard for me to ever do. So now we're at Lake Hylia, and we... What do we want to do here? I guess there's a few Skulltulas I can get here, but other than that, I don't know if there's really anything left to do here. Or anything to do here at all. There's a fishing minigame you can do here. I don't really remember what the reward is. If it's just rupees or if it's actually worth getting. I guess that means I just have to do it to make sure that it's nothing important. There's also some Deku Scrubs here that have random items that I completely forgot. I guess I better check to make sure there's no heart pieces. What are you doing? You've come a long way to get up here. You should look at the maps sometimes. Link, this is a beautiful lake full of pure, clear water. At the lake bottom, there is a water temple used to worship the water spirits. The Zoras are guardians of the temple. Hoo-hoo. When he sticks his head forward, Link turns because I guess he's locked onto the owl's head, and so it looks really awkward like that. The Zoras come from Zora's domain. The Zoras come from Zora's domain in northeast Hyrule. An aquatic race, they are longtime allies of Hyrule's royal family. I heard that only the royal family of Hyrule can enter Zora's domain. Hoo-hoo! I'm on my way back to the castle. If you want to come with me, hold on to my talons. I do not. I want to get in that gravestone that is underneath you. But if I go underneath you, then I will be picked up. So move! Well, yeah, they're kind of telling me about where Zora's domain is, so I guess the game does a pretty good job of letting you know where to go. You just have to actually go and talk to the people. Man, I feel like I never have enough Deku Nuts. Let's see, what is this one selling? Bombs. I don't need bombs, and that is crazy expensive. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll... Wait, what? Oh, he said Deku C. I always get confused with Deku Nuts. Okay, that's Deku Nuts. There we go. Seems like they're the only ones that ever give them to me. Oh, but yeah, I did remember, like, halfway through going in there, I was like, oh, wait, I did need to come here because there's actually something you need in order to progress, and, like, I immediately need it. But I'll still do the fishing and get the Skulltulas before I do all that. This is actually my second recording of Zelda today, and yeah, I've talked about it a little in the past two videos. I am not good at talking for long periods of time, apparently, because, man, my throat is killing me right now. But yeah, there's actually a Skulltula that spawns right here, so I'll just skip to when it spawns. Okay, finally. So I have to be kind of quick with this one and the next one because they're quite far apart, and with how short the day-night cycle is in this game, you really don't have much time to get both of these in one cycle. If you immediately start from the moment that night falls with one of the Skulltulas and then go straight to the second, you can make it. But even doing that, you still probably only have like an extra 20 seconds or so. So if night has already been going on for like more than 20 seconds, then don't even bother because you just won't make it in time. Also, this... I don't think you're actually supposed to get this Skulltula yet. I think you're supposed to get an item later on, but you can actually just get this by jumping at the right time. But the timing is a little bit annoying, so hopefully I can get it on the next try. And if I don't get it on the second try, I'm just going to come back for it because I don't want to waste too much time on it. But yeah, it's already daytime, like in a few seconds, so it really is pretty strict timing. There we go. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I seriously doubt that they knew that you were able to reach it because it just feels like with how many glitches are in this game, they weren't really looking for game-breaking stuff. They didn't do too good of a job anyway, because there's just so many game-breaking bugs in this game. But they're fun, so I'm glad that they're in it. Like, nothing really ruins the game or anything. Some of the speed runs, like just beating the game any % as fast as you can, those don't look fun at all. But stuff like 100%ing the game, that looks pretty fun. So in the randomizer, they actually place a fish here just because it's like the easiest one to get at the exact right size for what you need. But this looks smaller than usual, so I don't think this fish is big enough for me to get a prize from. So I think this fish is actually kind of useless to me. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the record is like 6 pounds? Yeah, so I need at least a 7-pound fish. I think I remember where the original larger fish are. It's those two right there, and then there's an even bigger one over next to that log. So there's a whole bunch of little fish right next to this one though, and they always get in the way. Oh yeah, they do that all the time. You don't want those ones, so they're just there to make it harder to get the bigger fish. Hopefully either one of these will be fine. It might only be the one on the right. This one might... Oh, the other one left, so I'm really hoping this one's big enough. But yeah, the fishing in this game, honestly, it's just kind of a waste of time because there's nothing to it. All you do is just hold the A button. Okay, it is 7 pounds. Good. 7 pounds gets you a reward, but I think there's a bad reward and then a good reward, so I might actually need an even bigger fish than that. Whoa, this fish is huge. Looks like a new record. It weighs at least 7 pounds. Seriously. Okay, here's your prize. Yeah, that's the bad reward. Okay, well, time to attempt to get an even bigger fish. Sometimes if the bigger fish run away, then there's nothing you can do except exit the area and come back in and hope that they spawn back. It looks like the big fish is still here, so I should be good. But if he runs away, then yeah, my only choice would be to leave the area. Come on. Come on. Yes! Okay, that was basically perfect, because the bigger the fish is, the longer it takes to reel them in. And that's the biggest fish in the pond. So that probably would have taken like 5 minutes if he was far away. But I managed to get him as close as possible and then bite. I think it just says the exact same thing. Seriously. There we go. Okay. So that was required then for 100%. Come back when you get older. The fish will be bigger too. Well, maybe. If I'm still in business. Kind of a strange place to put your business. Like, I mean, the lake is out here. And then it's like, no, don't fish in the lake. Come fish in my little pond that you have to swim across the lake to get to. Because there's no boats or anything here. Oh, I have to go to Zora's domain first. I was thinking I had to come here first, but then I just pressed the A button to test it out. I guess I won't spoil anything, but... I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler. So yeah, I found out right there because you have to dive down in Lake Hylia far enough to get this item that progresses the story. And I just tried to dive and was like, wait, I can't dive far enough to get it. So yeah, I actually have to go to Zora's domain and then I have to come back here. But luckily there is basically a warp to go between the two places extremely quickly. So it's no big deal. So this is like the last section of Hyrule Field that we haven't been through yet. Hyrule Field is pretty much the same all the way across. There's some trees, some bushes, a couple enemies, and then everything else is just kind of barren. A little bit disappointing. Honestly, Twilight Princess pretty much did the same thing despite being on a more powerful console that could very easily add a whole bunch of stuff. So I guess that was their chance to improve it, and they really didn't capitalize on it, unfortunately. Twilight Princess, though, if I do touch that game, which hopefully I will, I do like that game. If I do, though, it won't be for a very, very long time, because I would like to play games, Zelda games, in order. So after I play something else after completing this, I'd want to go to Majora's Mask, and then play something else, and then go to Wind Waker, and then... But yeah, first I have to decide what the second game I play after this will be. I mean, since I'm doing so many of the side quests up front, this actually isn't going to take as long as it's looking like it's going to. Looks like you've gotten bigger and stronger already, Link. Just ahead lies Zora's domain. The Zoras serve Hyrule's royal family by protecting this water source. Their door will not open for anyone except those who have some connection with the royal family. Let them hear the melody of the royal family. Hoo hoo hoot! It's actually an extremely easy way to get by without using that melody, but I think I'm going to show it just because I have the melody, so even though it's technically a glitch, I already have access to the area anyway, so I'm just going to show it off for fun. Man, I just don't have enough rupees for anything. I guess I have enough for a couple of these. There's a guy over here that sells... Oh. Oh, I forgot the game did that. The first time you get magic, it shows it off like that. This guy sells some beans you can buy, you can plant from him. How about some magic beans? They aren't selling very well. How about 10 rupees for one piece? And he gets more expensive every time. If you want to plant beans, go around and look for soft soil. Chomp, chomp, chomp. How about some magic beans? Well, they're not that popular yet. So I can only afford 2, because the next one will be 30. Since I only have 2, I'm probably only going to plant them in places I feel like I need to. You can buy up to 10 of them, and there's... Is it? Wait. No, it's 9. You can buy 9 of them, and there's 9 spots. So I only am going to be able to use 2 of the 9 spots, so I'll have to make them count for now. At the moment, they're completely worthless, so I might come back here if I get more rupees later. There is a heart piece. Cannot get that. Well, I mean, there's probably some other way you could get it, but it wouldn't be easy to get it without the Kuko. That's for sure. We actually bring him the entire way along with us. Oh, I think I can actually get some money right here. If I remember right. Some frogs are looking at you from underwater. It's just pressing down on the D-pad because in the randomizer they have the Ocarina permanently mapped, so you never have to equip it, which is very convenient, and they do that with other items as well. So kind of sucks going back to not having it permanently mapped over there. Young lad, you play the ocarina well. That melody. So fine, Ribbit. We all should practice it. Take rubies as a souvenir. If you come up with another nice melody, please drop by and play it. Is it 50? Yeah, they give you a lot of money. And they do that for every song, too. So if you're ever short on money, this is a great place to get money, but it's a one-time thing. Oh. I can't believe I just failed that jump. That's such an easy jump. Did I lose the chicken? Oh, I did. Oh, no. Now I did. Well, I didn't need it, but it would have been nice to have, because that's what I needed the Kuko for the glitch that I was going to show off. Oh well. It does actually give you access to a heart piece here. Right there. But oh well. I'll just get it the next time I come by through here. Because I mean, I'd have to redo the entire area otherwise, and I really don't want to do that. So this is how you're supposed to get into Zora's domain. There's a waterfall here blocking the way, and playing the song parts the waterfall. Somehow. I'm not sure how. Never explained. And Zora's domain, when we first got here, my family playing this game, I mean, I was probably like 4 or 5 when we were playing this the first time. The Zoras terrified me. And like, some of them pop up in the water when you're swimming down there. And when they would do that while I was swimming, I'd think that they were like chasing me, trying to kill me or something. So, yeah, I was completely terrified of the Zoras. I guess I'm gonna get rid of this because I actually need to catch a fish for this next part. Have to play a minigame first, but then shortly after that I will need a fish for something. Luckily they're not that hard to catch. Unlike in real life, they're practically impossible to catch. So I got one... Well, I got a mini game to do, which is not a side quest, and then I've got like one other thing that is a side quest, but that will only take probably like 2 minutes to complete. Maybe even less than that. It's just another light all the torches kind of thing. I think there's only 4 in total. I believe when you touch a torch, when you light it with your Deku Stick, I think it renews the amount of time you have before your Deku Stick burns out. Because when it's on fire, it actually will burn out after a little while. It's probably like 10 or 15 seconds or something like that. But yeah, when you touch a torch with it, it actually resets the timer on it for some reason. Oh, wow. I didn't know I'd already gotten another 4. Jeez. So what do we got? 7 hearts already? Sheesh. Yeah, it'll actually start forming a new row once we get to 10 hearts, or 11 hearts. 11 hearts will form a second row. I was hoping they'd have Deku Sticks here, but these are good too. Although they have some right outside, so it's kind of a rip-off. They just walk 5 feet, and then they get a Deku Nut. I think it's this pot? No, okay, that was a Deku Stick. It's this pot here gives you Deku Nuts. I actually kind of need some more Deku Sticks. I mean, I guess I don't need them, but they're just so convenient doing double damage. I'd really like to have them. So this is King Zora. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, my dear, sweet Princess Ruto. Where has she gone? I'm so worried. Okay, so his daughter's missing. But he doesn't tell us anything other than that. This guy... This is the game we have to play. Pick up all the rupees I throw within a time limit. That's what he said. That's what he should have said. Instead, he went on for like 15 paragraphs. This is probably the easiest minigame of any Zelda game ever. They just give you so much more time than you could ever possibly need. Like, you could mess up on every single rupee and you'd still be able to finish in time, because I mean, he gives you 50 seconds and I ended it with 31 seconds, so I literally could have failed on every single one of them and still had some time left over because I didn't even use half the time. So this is the only minigame, I think, that gives you a required item. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but that is how I am remembering it. You literally cannot complete the game without glitches unless you get this item from him. This is a scale of our kind. With this, you can dive much deeper under the water. It has extremely limited uses, unfortunately, which is sad because it's a really cool item. It's a cool concept, being able to go further underwater. There's a lot of things they could have locked behind it, but really it just unlocks this shortcut, and it also unlocks an item over here that you can't normally reach unless you can dive farther. And other than that, it basically does nothing for the entire game. Very sad. An empty bottle. Doesn't look empty. Oh, okay, it doesn't actually tell us what's in it. I think you can actually just press on the item and it'll tell you, but I guess I'll do that once I get back to solid land. Very thoughtful that they put in a shortcut like that, because running all the way back here would not have been fun, especially when I went to the wrong place first. I was thinking I was supposed to go there first, but no, I was supposed to come here first. Huh? It looks like there is something already inside this bottle. It's a letter. Help me. I'm waiting for you inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly. Ruto. P.S. Don't tell my father. You know what that means. We have to go tell her father. Man. Link had no hesitation whatsoever. He just gets it, and then he immediately, like, sprints full on towards her father. I bet he wouldn't have done that if it didn't say, P.S. Don't tell my father. Oh, this letter is from Princess Ruto. Let's see. She's inside Lord Jabu Jabu? That's not possible. Our guardian god, Lord Jabu Jabu, would never eat my dear Princess Ruto. But since that stranger, Ganondorf, came here, Lord Jabu Jabu has been a little green around the gills. The evidence seems clear. Of course, you'll go find Ruto. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabu Jabu. I'll keep this letter. You keep the bottle it was in. Take it respectfully. Please find my dear Princess Ruto immediately. Zora? What an odd thing to put off on a complete stranger. Like, you are the king of the Zoras, and from what I saw, these Zoras are kind of all just hanging out down there doing nothing. And you're like, nah, I don't want them to save my daughter. Hey, 8-year-old boy, you go do it. I mean, not only that, but, I mean, the Zoras are able to breathe underwater. You'd think going inside a whale, that would be beneficial, being able to breathe underwater, and instead they're like sending a kid that's probably gonna drown there. Very odd. The kinds of things you realize only after playing a game when you're much older. We are coming up on the end of this episode though, so before I get there, I'd just like to say, if you guys liked the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave me a like, subscribe if you're new, and I also have links in the description down below if you'd like to support me, affiliate links, and my store for Pokemon products, as well as a Patreon. But here we go. We're about to enter the third dungeon. I think this one went quite a bit quicker than the previous video. I think that one was more like an hour, and this is probably going to be only like 45 minutes. So yeah, this whale just is like, oh, I'm hungry. I'll just eat everything, including this kid. And that's how you get in. You just bribe him with a fish. And now you're trapped in here. Or so you would think, but no, you can actually just walk out. But yeah, we'll complete this dungeon in the next video, so I'll see you then.